Okay, so we're changing the pressure switch on this this Remco or Aquatec pump, whichever model you've got. So we'll need the new kit. So this is a Remco pressure switch kit here, which includes the pressure switch, brand new diaphragm, a butt splice, and 4 new screws. So the tools we'll need: we've got a set of cutters, Phillips or posi drive screwdriver, crimp tool. So this is a ratchet style, good for high tension stuff. And then we have a manual which has a combination of strippers as well. This will do the job just as well, a lot cheaper. To adjust the pressure switch once we've fitted it, we have an Allen key or hex key. So first thing we need to do, obviously remove the pump from the SoftWash Systems skid. As we remove this pressure switch, try and remove it whole and keep all the bits together. There are some small bits, we don't want to lose those anyway, even on a bad one. So that's it, that's removing the old pressure switch. So if we look around here, we've got the splice. We can just cut this here. And then we can get rid of that one. So in the end here, we have this diaphragm. So we can replace that, get rid of that. So, as I say, in the new kit, we have the pressure switch, we have the 4 screws, we have the splice, and we have the diaphragm. So the diaphragm goes straight in there. So we leave this rubber band on there as long as possible. I'm just going to take this off to show you what's inside. So inside here we have, or the first thing we remove is the top cover. Then we have the lever arm. This is the bit that pushes against the white diaphragm, which internally pushes it against the water pressure. Then we have a gasket seal, and here we can see the pressure switch, or the switch itself, a spring, and on the top side of the spring, which is very, very important, we can see this little black cap. Now this black cap acts like a top cover to this spring, so that the set screw, or the Allen key or Allen screw here, has got something to push against, because at the moment it would have nothing. If this spring was to go back in there, it would push against nothing, so you would get no pressure adjustment. So we may have to make sure that that cap is on there, little black cap, when we push this back in here. Okay, so now we turn it back upside down, and so we can put everything back together. So on this lever arm, we can see the little indentation that also corresponds to the spring. So pivots in there, and then let's make sure the spring works. We can put the gasket seal back in there, just like that, and then the top cover. So that's ready to go back on the system. So if you feel confident, you can start to install it like that. So we then push it against the front of the head, and then 4 screws in. Right, so adjusting the pressure switch itself, if we were to just connect this all up and turn it on, it would start to cut out at about 20 to 30 psi. So we need to adjust this up. We can do it on the system, but we already know that with this set screw wound into just flush, that should be our nice cut-off pressure, about 100, just over 100 psi. So that's good. So that's that set. We then have our two ends here that need to be connected together. So we'll just bear this wire across. Get our butt splice and our crimp tool here. So with this crimp tool, it has two jaws, and you can see that. So this is a blue crimp. So we're going for the blue crimp setting, which is the middle one of these jaws here. And I want to do the side that has the wire in it. So you look for the dimple on the side of the splice and then crimp it together. Okay. Now these translucent crimps are heat shrinkable. So as you can see, this was the same style. It's been heated up once it's been crimped to act as a water barrier to stop any moisture or water going into the cable. If it was to get into the cable, though these are marine grade wire, they would still eventually, with the sodium hypochlorite, rot out inside, and you would test it for continuity, but it would soon fail under any current use. So we'll put the other side in like that, like so, and I'll use this one this time. And again, on the blue crimp, which is the middle one, get it on there, and then give it a nice squeeze, and that puts it in there. So we pull it up, yep, nice and tight. So now I can heat shrink that, and that's good to go. Yeah, so this pressure switch is now done. I'll just clean this crimp up. If I was putting this back on a system now, I'll just make sure this is nice and clean, so that when I did screw it back onto the terminals, it made a really good contact, and then cover them with some either Vaseline or something like that to protect the terminals.